In broad daylight and disrupting traffic. The men, according to eyewitnesses, were police officers and soldiers deployed to a checkpoint near the Air Force Base in Delta State. Let's take a look. This is the most embarrassing thing that I've ever seen. I thought it was a skit at first. First time I saw it, I waited so long to confirm if this is actually true. Vimbai said it looked like WWE. The most embarrassing thing I have seen. Well, guess what? It's been confirmed. These men are real police officers. Let me take some eyewitness tweets. This one is from Barry Blas, who wrote, "This is Air Force checkpoint along Jeddah Road in Okwe local government of Delta State." Imagine, why are they disgracing me? The level of corrupt forcemen on the route is alarming. Down to Adesha. Commissioner of Police Delta State, shine your light to the area and sanitize it. Well, Ogboli wrote, well, this is a result of long military rule. During military rule, soldiers were made superior to police, which affected the psyche and morale of policemen. Well, that could be a point. But you know, Ayo, the Police Command, Delta State Police Command, has released a statement, and they wrote in part, the command is aware of the embarrassing situation between policemen attached to the quick response squad of the command and some Air Force personnel attached to the Air Force Base, Jeddah, in Okwe local government area, where the personnel of Nigeria Air Force, without any provocation, attacked the policemen who were performing their lawful duty. On February 11th, operatives of Quick Response Squad, while on crime prevention patrol, flagged down a Toyota Corolla. But the occupants of the vehicle, on sighting the police, took to their heels, which prompted the policemen to go after them and arrested one of the suspects, identified as Iboma Precious, aged 25 years old, and recovered some weed, suspected to be Indian hemp, Canadian loud, and other hard drugs. While the policemen were on their way to the station alongside the suspect and exhibit, upon getting to the Air Force checkpoint at Jeddah, they were stopped by the Air Force personnel and were told that they wouldn't be allowed to proceed until they released the suspect they were carrying, which the policemen vehemently resisted. And subsequently, the Air Force personnel attacked the policemen without justification. You know, I had to read that tweet because I didn't want to state it without proof. This is a real police press statement saying that it was such an embarrassing situation. Why, in God's name, will you stop a policeman that is doing their duty? Why?
So I think that there are many levels of embarrassment in this story, including this press statement. I say this because this press statement also reveals the lack of collaboration and synergy amongst agencies, which we've often talked about, and is a factor when it comes to our fight against crime and, you know, even bigger things like terrorism. The fact that another security agency is outing another agency to say that they stopped them from carrying out their duties. We haven't heard anything from the Air Force in terms of, in a way of a statement, so it'll be great to hear their side of the story, because there's another side of the story saying that, oh, whilst they arrested him, they arrested these boys, they were going, and the boys asked the Air Force, the boys ran away thinking the policemen were kidnappers, and that they ran away and sought solace with the Air Force personnel. So those are the two sides of the story. I would rather take this side of the story because this is officially, it is official. Now, in terms of embarrassment, number one, who is this Precious Ibohama that had the audacity to be able to get protection, because that's what it seems like, from the Air Force personnel? Then also, there have also been complaints around that road, Okwe Road, Okwe local government area. Okwe. My name is Okwe local government area. Residents there have complained about how many personnel stay on that road. Illegal checkpoints in many areas. So let's even investigate if that Air Force checkpoint was legal. Why is there an Air Force checkpoint? If you look at it on the basis of the surface of things, this is the jurisdiction of the police. What role does the Air Force have in this particular matter? The quick response squad was there, so, to arrest suspects, to take them in for further investigation, and then you, as another security agency, Air Force, now come to challenge that and even get into a fight whereby some police officers were injured because we were protecting suspected criminals. It's mind-boggling. So this is a show of corruption in security agencies in full glare of the public, whereby what powers do these guys have that they were able to get the Air Force on their side to fight against their own fellow colleagues in the security agency. So I think this has to be investigated. The Air Force needs to release a statement.
Absolutely.
What were those men doing there at the checkpoint? Was that their jurisdiction? And how long has it been there? If it wasn't, they should eliminate all those illegal jurisdiction oppressing the Nigerian people.
Well said, Ayo.
Nigeria is a joke. It's a big racket. And I'll tell you why. It's not the first time something like this is going to happen. I'm not surprised. You remember the case of Wadume? In 2019, a known criminal was arrested by IRT. They had apprehended Wadume. They were taking him. An army convoy came in and rescued Wadume. What they said they thought he was being kidnapped.
That's what that said.
And they freed him.
The same story here.
That Wadume finally went through the true wrong of the law because of the high connections. Today he's a released man. So, you see, that story, apart from the fact that we have lost our forces, they are compromised by corruption, there's also the fact that if you are so high-handed in Nigeria, you can go away scot-free with anything. There's also a culture of impunity that is pervasive. So people feel that on the pecking order, oh, the police is less than them. No, that's the police jurisdiction. The police will be doing the stop and search. In other parts of the world, like America, that we normally copy, we don't copy America for the right things. A police officer has the right to stop a military man driving.
All right.
Here, they will say you can hardly do it. So it's part of the corruption that is continuing. And like you asked the vital question, who is that Precious?
Who is Precious?
When you see investigation, you will know. It's the corruption. I'm not surprised.
We will wait for it. I mean, these police officers, please stop embarrassing us. Stop embarrassing us.
No, it's
embarrassing these cases. Police efforts. They were out fighting. They were fighting. Didn't you see the slam dog and all
defending themselves?
I mean, seriously, there's no need for the fight. You are embarrassing yourself.
Army officers killed police officers in the
it's unnecessary, really embarrassing situation coming out of Delta State. Well, let's take another story now on a live.